What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new trailer breakdown, this time for Solo: A Star Wars Story's second official trailer. This one gives us just about the same amount of information about the plot as the first trailer, which is to say, not much at all, but it does give us maybe a better look at the interactions between the key characters in the movie and what we can expect as far as the tone of the film is concerned. The trailer opens on what we can assume is Corellia, Han Solo's home planet. Within a few shots, we kind of get the sense that this is probably the Star Wars universe equivalent of, like, say, Detroit or Pittsburgh in the earlier part of last century. It's an industrial planet, it's got a really gritty and grimy feel to it. We can see that one of the planet's key features from the EU has made it through to the main canon. This is a shipbuilding planet, something we see featured in this trailer, as we can actually see Star Destroyers being built as they're ominously kind of suspended mid-air above the city below. We don't know how much of Corellia we'll really be seeing in the film, but we do know that's where he meets Kira, a friend from his youth, and we can assume that's where the little speeder chase scene from last trailer takes place too. In Legends canon, Corellia was also the site of an Imperial training center, which might mean the scenes from the Super Bowl TV spot will take place on this planet as well. We also see an extended version of Han's showdown with Enfys Nest and the Cloud Riders here. This scene almost seems like something out of a western, which we've heard from some other outlets is actually a really big thing screenwriter Lawrence Kasdan was going for with the tone of the entire movie, so expect a very western feel for this film. For those of you that missed the news, the masked villain's name is Enfys Nest. She, yes, it is a she, leads a gang called the Cloud Riders, which is a massive callback to the old EU. The Swoop Gang first appeared in 1978 in Marvel Comics Star Wars No. 8 as a gang Han and Chewie stopped in an homage to the Magnificent Seven. One of the most interesting scenes in the teaser follows directly after that, as we see Han stride into a bustling room with all of the action on the shot centering on a card table. Who should we find smack in the center of that but Lando Calrissian, who looks just as shocked at Han's arrival as everyone else. It seems like this is the first meeting between the two scoundrels, and it's fitting that it should come over a card table, considering that's exactly how Han wins the Falcon. Now, I don't think this is that scene if it is their first meeting, despite Han going all in here. Instead, that might actually be saved for a Rocky III style freeze frame moment later in the movie. We do see that Kira is the one that introduces them, potentially going with Han and Chewie to recruit Lando into Beckett's crew because of his ship, calling him the best smuggler around, which also looks like it'll take place on the icy planet we see multiple times throughout the trailer. This is followed by an extended version of my favorite scene from the first trailer, in which Han looks up at the Falcon through some dust in a dimly lit planet, or at least a dimly lit place, and we can see that the scene is actually a little bit different because we now see Chewbacca standing in that shot. From a reverse angle, we see that in this scene, the Falcon still has all of its Lando modifications intact, so maybe this is just where Calrissian is hiding it while he gambles at this interstellar casino. I mean, you see Han is wearing the same fur coat in both scenes. The trailer also gives us a more in-depth look at maybe the driving part of the film's plot, Han's job with Tobias Beckett, the one that he's putting together a crew for. That job is robbing a big-time gangster, as he says, Dryden Voss, played by the Vision himself, Paul Bettany, the role originally played by Michael K. Williams. As a part of this job, we see them potentially pulling the Star Wars equivalent of the Great Train Robbery, with Beckett firing back at stormtroopers on top of a train. This is a new wrinkle, as actually kind of in the same scene before we had seen him dueling Enfys Nest on the train too. Those aren't exactly mutually exclusive problems for the job to run into. I mean, maybe they're robbing the train and dealing with some Imperial resistance, only for the Cloud Riders to try and muscle their way in on the score. In fact, earlier in the trailer, we actually see a shot of a ship and 3 swoops flying away with what looks like a portion of the train, suggesting that the Cloud Riders will in fact be there. Either way, we know this robbery ends with a bang, as we see what we assume is Han piloting a craft away from an explosion in a very similar looking icy place. In this trailer, we also get a better look at Han's relationship with Tobias Beckett in the film, the man who serves as a mentor and helps shape him into the smuggler we see later in the original trilogy and beyond. Beckett's been described as similar to Long John Silver from Treasure Island, a mentor figure that ultimately turns into a villain, something that seems to be foreshadowed in this trailer as Beckett tells Han that he's in this life for good and assume everyone will betray him. But we all know why we're really here for this movie: Chewbacca. This is the first time chronologically we'll have seen him since Revenge of the Sith, and it's actually probably going to be our best look yet into his backstory, and if this trailer is any indication, the film is not going to disappoint in that regard. Here we learn that Chewie is 190 years old, something that Han is very shocked by, but it's consistent with the Legends canon, which had him as 200 years old by the time of the Battle of Yavin, which also suggests that Solo takes place 10 years before Episode 4, so more or less 9 years after Revenge of the Sith. We also see Chewie with another Wookiee in the trailer, and this might just be a fellow slave that Han helps free, but personally, I'm crossing my fingers. I'm really hoping this is the first canon appearance of Chewie's wife, Malata Buck, from the holiday special. There is one other gem that I just can't pass up mentioning in this trailer. We hear Han bust out a very surprising twist on one of his most iconic lines as he says that he's got a good feeling about this, which probably will explain why he only ever has bad feelings after that. Let me know what you thought of this newest trailer and what this did for your excitement about the movie. Are you more hyped for it? Are you still not gonna see it? Let me know in the comment section down below. That's gonna do it for me here though. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. For even more content, check out our website at hybridnetworkyt.com, but if you love HN and want to take your support to the next level, consider donating to us on Patreon as we strive to bring you the best content possible. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.